Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for watching. As you've known, if you followed the channel, we've been looking for a roof rack for the Jeep for a while now, and I finally settled on one. So today, what we've got in front of you here is a box from Dv8 Offroad. It is going to be a full-length roof rack, 1/8" steel, also strong. It's got approximately like 200-pound weight capacity, which is pretty good. Now on Dv8's website, they do mention that you can put a rooftop tent on this. I don't know if I'd recommend that or not. 200 pounds, you get a couple people in a tent, and a tent on top of that. I don't necessarily know how that'll work out, but we're going to get it installed. We're going to check it out. I'm going to show you how to put it together and install it. So let's go ahead and get right to that. Okay guys, let's go right ahead and jump right into this. We're going to cut this box open and see what we got inside here. Now, I did buy this off of Amazon. Approximately $800 Canadian off of a seller on Amazon. So it's actually not available anymore from that seller, but it is available off of Dv8's website directly. So if you're a customer in the US looking to purchase this, you can do so directly on their website, and I will put a link down below for that. Or you can try Amazon, and I'll give you the part number, and you might be able to find it. But at the time of filming this, there's only one other seller that I could find, and the price was marked up severely. So I believe this is going to be in the $450 US range, and a typical decent price for Canada is going to be roughly $750, $800, give or take, plus taxes. Shipping was nothing, obviously, to my door through Amazon. So let's go ahead and cut this open, and we'll lay everything out and start putting it together. So it really looks like they didn't skimp on the packaging here. They've got it coated with spray foam, obviously, to protect it from drops and stuff, because we all know delivery drivers. Love you all, but we all know you guys. Okay guys, now that we got all the other packaging all off of these, I'll show you exactly what we have here. So we got some decals from Dv8, which is always great. We got a hardware pack, and all our other parts are nicely individually wrapped here. We can cut these open. Really awesome on Dv8 for packaging it like this. A lot of companies don't care that much. So, and again, Dv8's not sponsoring this. They didn't pay for this. I bought it. I paid for it. I do like their brand. As you know, my bumpers, front and rear, are both Dv8. Let's cut this stuff open and get to putting it together. Okay guys, we finally got this all unpackaged. We're left with a hardware package of a lot of hardware. Different sizes, by the way. The first thing they're going to want you to do is they're going to want to take these gutter clamps, and you're going to apply these self-adhesive strips to the inside of the gutter clamp. All this is in the instructions, which are not included, by the way, not in the box. So make sure you got your phone or your computer or something close by, or print out the instructions beforehand. That way you know exactly what you're doing. I kind of would have liked it if they had have kept a paper copy in the box. They didn't. I don't know if that's normal. Probably nowadays it is. A lot of people don't use paper copies of anything. So we'll go ahead. We're going to peel the backing off these guys and stick them on to all our pieces here. And that'll be step one. Let's get it underway. Okay guys, moving on to the next step now. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to insert the back end into the side panel, and then you're going to put the hardware through and loosely tighten that hardware, and you're going to do that on all four corners, okay? And then make sure you have the right hardware, because there is different sizes, like I said. So the hardware you're going to need for the corners and for the outside is going to be the small M6 bolts. Okay, and you're going to get a washer and a lock washer and a nut. Okay, so it's going to be as simple as getting your lock washer, your washer, and all that with your bolt, lock washer, washer, on the inside. And then you're going to take your nut and you're going to go inside that, loosely fasten that together. I'm just going to snug it up tight enough that it's not going to move around too much, but it's still going to allow me to kind of manipulate and play with the angles of everything, right? And all this is going to be completed with a H4 socket, so like an Allen key, right, a hex, and a 10mm wrench. That's all you need for all the install of this. So let's go ahead, we'll get to all 4 corners, we'll put all the bolts through, and we'll come back for the next step. Guys, if you have big fingers, this might be a little bit of a pain for you, as it is for me right now, but it's not incredibly difficult. Just snug them in, get them snug so you can still move it around a bit, and then we'll go ahead and tighten everything down after. So now that you've gone ahead, you've put all the hardware in, you've made sure everything is kind of lined up exactly how you want it, which it's going to do that mostly on itself. You can go ahead, again, take your 4mm Allen and a 10mm socket, just go ahead, tighten all those up. It's not going to take a lot of force. Just go ahead and snug them down. You can do that to all 4 sides. And then we'll get on to the next step. Now here's what you're going to want to do. So you have these 4 feet on each side that are going to come off of the rack on the edges, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. They all have slots, drilled holes. Now these are so you can adjust the distance back and forth once you put the bolts through. So we're going to put these in, we're going to leave them pretty loose. The only way that this differs from the instructions in the included manual or on their PDF is they actually want you to put the cross beams in now. And that's fine, you can do that. If you've got this supported up on a table or something, by all means go ahead and do that. But if you actually install these first, it allows this to sit off the ground by a good 4 inches, and then that's going to allow you to easily put the crossbars in, put the hardware in, and you're not going to be fighting with this on the ground the entire time. So if you have a table or something, by all means do it that way. I'm going to do it this way. So you got your 4 legs on each side. You're going to come in and you're going to put the supplied hardware through the holes, remembering to leave them loose, because you do not want to tighten them up and then have to readjust them afterwards. So leave them fairly loose so that you can do that and snug it down onto the Jeep. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now, and we'll get right back. Now that you've got the feet installed on the roof rack, right, 4 on each side, now come the crossbars. And the crossbars are simple enough in theory. You're going to put them on an angle, right, and you're going to slide them to where the holes are on either side, as you can see here. Making sure, now these are curved, so they're curved to a degree, right? So you got to make sure that the curve is facing upwards, obviously, so that when the weight's put on it, it's going to flex with that and it's going to hold the weight. Now where this gets a little more difficult is getting the hardware into that hole. I know it's kind of hard to see, but you're going to have to use an attachment, right, to get down in there. So if you use your ratchet or whatever, or an Allen key, take the bit off itself, put it on the Allen key itself, and try to drop it down in there, and then put the other hardware on, tighten it up. It might be a little bit more tedious to do it, but I think it's the only way that I can see to easily do it. So I'm going to get started on that, and we'll go from there. So if you come down here and you look, it's going to be hard to see in there, but you need to try to get that little tiny Allen bolt in through here. Hold it at the bottom so you can put on the washer and everything else, and that would be all fine if this was a solid piece. But this is hollow inside, so if you drop that Allen bolt in here, guess what? It's going to run its way down here somewhere. Now you've got to take it off, try to dump it back out again to get the hardware. And as you can see on this side, from where the socket is holding it in place, there is not a lot of room. I love DV8 products. I do. I've told you guys that many times. But I do think it could be done a little bit better. So I'm going to continue. I only have 4 of these left. But this is turning into taking a lot longer than I expected. Now, granted, I am filming this, so everything takes longer. But we're going to get it done. We're going to get it on the Jeep. And I hope we're going to love it. So, not entirely impossible to get those in, but definitely a pain. I'm going to say more of a pain than it should be. The one thing I will say is if you have some sort of a tabletop to put this on, that's going to make your life a lot easier. Okay? Right off the bat. If you have a table, use that table. I made a mistake of thinking that I didn't need it and I could do it on the ground, which you can. You entirely can, but it's going to be a pain. Second thing, if you're not filming it like I am and you want to be really quick with this install, get somebody to help you. Please get somebody to help you, because 2 hands on 2 separate people are going to make it a lot faster than just 1 set of hands on 1 person. It's going to make it night and day. So this has taken me approximately, what time is it now? 4:42. So we're looking at 2 hours just to install it to this point, which we're almost done. We just have to put it up on top of the Jeep. Okay, and then go ahead around, tighten everything up, put the other pieces in. We're almost done. But still, please, table, maybe a chair, use a stool, something like that, something you can sit down on, and take your time. Just take your time, work through it. Let me go enlist the help of a friend. We're going to get this on top of the Jeep, and we're going to finish this off. It's nice, thick, 1/8" steel. That's what I want. Let's make it work. Okay, guys, so more or less we're on top of the Jeep. You're definitely going to want somebody to give you a hand putting this up there. But what you want to do now is you're going to want to go up and you're going to go ahead and you're going to hit these bolts and tighten them all down after you've adjusted it to where you want it. I think I'm going to leave this one pretty much where I've got it now. I've got enough room that if I wanted to put a light bar up across the top there, I could do that. And I've got enough clearance on the back, easily enough clearance for the rear hatch to open. I could also do a light bar out the back if I wanted to, which comes in handy a lot for camping, stuff like that, right? So I could put one up there. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I'm going to take the remaining brackets that we have and I'm going to install them here. We're going to tighten everything down. There's little rubber grommets, okay, that go on the feet here just to stop it from scratching. I'm going to go ahead and put those on. We'll tighten it down, and yeah, I think we're going to be good. We got everything kind of tight now. There's only one thing left to do, and now we have to finish off the install. We're going to put on the final piece. It's going to clamp that down to the underside of your rain guards, 4 on each side. It's going to lock it in place. I will say, make sure you use these rubber pieces 100%, because you're going to scratch up the roof of your Jeep if you don't. And for me, it's okay, because you know what, I painted it black myself. I can touch it up myself. If you have a painted roof from factory, you're probably not going to want to scratch it up and not touch it up, but I've got scratches all down this thing, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'll give you my final thoughts on the roof rack. Well, guys, we are all done with the install. Took a little bit longer than I thought, but again, filming it at the same time, a little bit hard. Definitely want a second person. It'll make it a lot easier. I made a comment at the beginning of this that I don't know if it would be suitable for a rooftop tent, and maybe I'm wrong. You know what, if it's a single tent for a single person and it's designed to fit this rack, I think it'll be good. Like, it's strong, right? It's a lot stronger than I thought it was going to be. But even if you're doing like we are and you're using it just for storing bigger items, like for instance our Gazelle dining tent, it's really long, so fitting it inside the Jeep doesn't really work so well. It takes up a lot of room. We're going to be able to throw that up here, strap it down, be set to go for that. Other things, if you have waterproof totes that you can throw up there, strap them down, you'll be good to go. All in all, I like it. It is well built. I hope we get a lot of use out of it. So if you like the video, as always guys, down below please like and subscribe. It definitely helps the channel out, and we enjoy doing reviews and off-roading and filming for you guys. So That being said, the weather is starting to change now. We're in mid-March. Trails are going to be opening before you know it, and we're looking forward to getting out there and filming some content for you guys. So as always, appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks, guys.